Good evening. I'm Frank, and this is Simply Frank. Welcome. As the clock ticks towards the 13th August elections, I feature the only female presidential candidate, Dr. Given Katuta MWELWA, standing as an independent. She has an impressive resume with honorary doctorate in public administration, a long political journey that includes first female member of parliament in 2016, standing on the FDD ticket in Chienge, a seat she defended successfully as an independent in 2021. She's also, and I love this, she's a faith leader. You know how much I love my God. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
You look good. You look relaxed. One would think you'll be very tense, especially with what is upon you.
No, not really. I cannot be tensed up.
Yeah.
Because I know the backing I have.
Yeah.
And I've taken this thing to be just one of those things. It's just like a game between, of course, Manchester and Arsenal. And of course, when we became the champions, and I told everyone, you see. Yeah. So I don't really need to I don't need to look tensed. Yeah. It's one of those things. Yeah. It's a game which calls for courage.
Excellent. Do I have to stay on the set, guys? My guest is Arsenal. This is a Man United, studio. Anyway, seriously, I was telling somebody, and I'm going to write about this on Friday. I was wondering and asking somebody, and I'm asking in the story that I'm writing on Friday, and I'm wondering whether we have an election or not in a dark, because I have never come across such a somber atmosphere during the season of elections. What are your observations? Where is this coming from?
Well, the silence has got so much of message to the incumbent. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when people decide to go quiet, then they've made up their mind. Because if they were in the favor of the incumbent, they would have been making noise celebrating. Yeah. But it's that moment of expressing their sorrow, their pain, and the only way is to keep quiet and to pray to God to wait for that day. And they really want to be done in a peaceful manner. And to me, it has sent a strong message. If I were the current incumbent president, I'll be so worried. Because that's a sign which has never happened in Zambia, where people have just decided, okay, you want to have it all, be on the stage alone. Yeah. It's like Zambians are saying, this is not about politicians. It's about us who give the power. It's about us, the Zambians, who give the mandate. So what is happening now is like Zambians have come together and they've agreed, they've decided.
Some people are saying there's fear in the country. What are they afraid of?
Of course, the kind of government we have now is a government which is so vindictive. And for the sake of peace and for the sake of not losing it as a nation, Zambians have decided to do it in the manner like still water. Still water, runs deeper. And the current which is down there is what UPND government will experience on the 13th of August. In order to have that peace, and people don't want to get arrested, where we've seen that the offenders are given a right, and then the victims are the ones who are getting arrested. So Zambians have decided we are going to be still until that day. But the current which is underneath there is so strong. It's something that if this current government tries just to put even a toe in there, I think because of the current, it can even be cut off. So they are afraid, and they don't want to experience something that other countries have been experiencing, like civil unrest. So they've decided, for us, we're a Christian nation, we're going to remain calm, and then we'll do it better in the ballot.
If the government is, running, scared, like you allude to, why is the same government saying we've made so much, progress, we've rescheduled the date, the economy is growing by 4%. There's so many things, that they've recorded. CDF, employment in social sectors like education, health. Why should they be scared?
I'll tell you something. I'll say that when you're doing good, it's not supposed to be self-praise. It's the people. And when you're doing good, it should have a positive impact on the people of Zambia. They're claiming that they brought CDF. Well and good. I've been a member of parliament for 10 years. And I've been privileged to be a member of parliament at the time of UPND as well. And asked me if they've been giving us the full amount of CDF. They don't. I've talked about this when I go to so many platforms. And I've challenged the UPND government to produce where they've given us the full amount. They don't. They're very good at issuing statements, and they're very good at waving documents in the air. The truth of the matter is that when you look at the what is on the paper, the economic growth, and for it to relate or to resonate with the kind of life people are living, is repelling. Those two are repelling each other. You are saying I'm doing well. Look at the life, the lifestyle, or the way people are suffering. I mean, you can't say I'm doing well on the paper. For the truth of the matter, on the paper, this government has done so well, but the reality is the opposite.
Right, Doc. Every president I have witnessed who is removed from power laments. It's like when he was in government, he became blind, he became deaf. What is this that happens to presidents when they get into government? They become totally divorced from reality. They stop seeing what is happening to the people, what is happening on the ground.
That I will attribute that to the people surround presidency, and also the mistakes that all the successive leaders or governments have made is to detach themselves from the people, put them in the office, and that's the church. If any wise president say, I'm not going to go to State House and leave behind the church as a Christian nation, and also to involve the churches which have masses. For example, we have the Catholic, we have the UCZ, we have the SDA, we have the Pentecostal.
Right.
If a wise president would say, these should be part and parcel of the advisors in the office, I don't think somebody would detach himself from the reality. Now, what happens is that the people who surrounded you when you were campaigning, they were cadres, who had their also personal interest, and who had prayed that when you ascend to power, of course, they will be getting something, because it will not be for nothing. So when they get there, when you get there, the way they lied to you, the time of campaigns, they want to maintain that you're still in charge. And in order to keep you there, they don't want you to see what they are doing, not what is happening to the people. Because once you get closer to the people give you the mandate, you will know exactly what they're doing. So they'll make sure that you don't access what is on the ground. And because you've taken these as your confidence, you believe in them, and you will say, but what they're telling me is what is happening. They'll tell you, we've brought investors, and these are the numbers, and the investors are there at KCM, and they'll tell you, this is what is happening at KCM, and they'll say everything to appease your ears. If a president can have within the leadership surrounding who can be opposing others, then that president will not forget where she or he is coming from. They will not detach themselves from the reality.
As a writer, to that, Doc, people are saying the country is divided more than at any time. The president is on record saying the people of Southern Province were persecuted. Very strong statement. What is your reaction?
It's a very unfortunate statement from the head of state. If the people of Southern Province were persecuted, they would not even ask now, they would not ask me to go there and to give me a vote. It's an individual who had a problem with the then government or the successive government because he so much desired to get to State House. And he decided to take advantage of what he was going through, to use it as a tool, a political tool, to make his tribesmen to think it's them who are being persecuted. If I may, how persecuted were they? That's the question. We've lived, how do I say this? We've lived together in
Coexisted.
Zambia. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of the people of Southern Province being persecuted, being beaten, being discriminated against. I've never seen that. During the time of other governments, if my mind serves me right, we had the Shamwanas, we had the Mainza Chonas, we had the Musokotwani, we had a lot of them who were part and parcel of leadership, even in MMD. If we talk of UNIP, we might say it was after the independence. But even in MMD, we had a lot of them.
Right.
And the persecution that is being, which was being propagated by an individual out of selfishness, so that he would get sympathy. I would say this particular individual is using, I would say, political science, to gain sympathy from masses. He had calculated in Southern Province, these are the numbers, this is the population. How do I make them believe in me alone and make it so difficult for other politicians? If they were persecuted, why is it that Southern Province is more developed than Northern Province? It's more developed than Wapla Province. It's more developed than Eastern Province. It's more developed than Muchinga. It's more developed than Copperbelt. It's more developed than Northwestern. It's more developed than Western Province. How can somebody say you were persecuted? So to my brothers and sisters there in Southern Province, I'm happy that they realized that somebody had taken advantage of them. And the more this particular individual has been saying this, the more they've come to realize it's a lie. And they are even this morning, they're saying, don't fear. Some headmen and some chiefs, they say, come and see us.
Right.
To prove that you're not being regional. And I'm just preparing myself to go to Southern Province. And if they were persecuted, how did they get educated, the people of the Southern Province? The ones who are occupying offices today, they didn't get their education outside the country. They got their education in Zambia.
Right.
And they got even the bursaries in the government institutions. So I don't know the kind of persecution.
Right.
Yeah, but I would want to bring it to the nation that this is the reason I'm running for this office, so that I can hear the nation and also unite the nation so that all the voices will be equal, and never again will any politician take advantage of the region they come from to create a perception that this area, particular area there, they are not liked by the other regions.
Right. Before we leave this, subject, this issue, the votes are evenly spread across the country, to all the political parties. At least they get something. It's not the case in Southern Province. It's a clean sweep, for UPND. It's a no-go area for the opposition. Does this worry you?
No, it doesn't, because, God has, I'll say this, Ambassador. I'm a woman of faith. And time has come for people of Zambia, in Southern Province in particular, to be set free. It's a reason in the history, we're seeing independence. So that lie, which particular individuals enjoyed over years, has come to an end. They've just realized that no, this cannot continue. The question of getting worried about the votes, that is a clean sweep, it won't happen this time. Because the very people, that's why you've seen they're persecuting those who've gone independent in Southern Province. They know the secret that those votes have not been real votes. Now, it's going to be there, it's like you get a thief to catch a thief.
Right.
So now the thief is going to explain how this one has been managing to enter someone's house and how they've been doing it. The clean sweep will not be there this time around in Southern Province.
Doc, you describe yourself and as a candidate for Zambia's future. You're running to heal, to unite, and lead Zambia into the future, where people's voice once again become heartbeat of the nation. Could you unbundle this? What are you talking about in here? Are you concerned about lack of press freedom, lack of expression, the advent of the cyber laws? What are you talking about here?
You see, the time of UNIP, I'll go back to the time of UNIP. When I was a young person, and my father being a part and parcel, being a UNIPist, a staunch UNIPist. I remember how we lived to an extent whereby, coming from a big family, you find that those days it was some kind of, I would call it an offense to be such a huge family, because you might be, considered to be a family that is planning to overthrow the government of the day. So that made me to hate the then government. I was young, but it's something that's out of the 15 children my dad had. I was one who used to speak against Kaunda.
Yeah.
And I was not even afraid to talk about it. And I grew up like that. And that used to bring a bit of friction between me and my father, being the 8th child. And everyone would be like, hey, don't talk about Kaunda. I said, no. Why is it that this particular president doesn't like people, to talk? Coming to your question, The reason I'm saying I'm not running for the office, I'm running for this country to heal, and so that in the future, certain laws are repealed to give Zambians freedom of expression. As far as I'm concerned, we have our Article 19, and I think 19, 20, 21 up to there, which gives us the rights. And I know they say freedom is not absolute. But what I'm saying is that you cannot start oppressing people. You cannot bring in laws which are making people not even to question the president. Today, my net worth is not even 100 million plus.
Yeah.
I become the president. And then if a journalist asks me, but you've just been in the office for a year, how is it possible now you are on 1 billion? Does that become a crime? Or if the opponents questions, does that become a crime? Why should I send the police? So we are saying it's about time that the voice of the voiceless or the voices which have been shut down to be opened. We are going to repeal the so-called cyber law. I will not even hesitate. And also, we are going to repeal laws which are meant to oppress others. Zambia belongs to every Zambian. We want Zambians to express themselves. Imagine, may the souls of late Michael Sata in Mwanawasa rest in peace. Mwanawasa would be castigated by Sata. And Mwanawasa would say, from what he's saying, he's getting something and he's working on it because that helps you. Now, the current government, if you question, you say, look, the people surround you at State House, they've done ABCD. The president himself, he will hold a press conference to give instruction to have that particular individual arrested. Look at the press statements that he gave over Lusambo, JJ. That makes me sad. You cannot have a head of state giving instructions to the law enforcement to arrest someone. Then though the law enforcement has been weakened, because they cannot act on their own. We cannot have a head of state who go mute when a member from his political party commits the same offense or utters words which another political opponent uttered. If I say something today, I'll get arrested. If you belong to UPN, you say the same words, you are a saint. And the sad part is that the head of state, who is supposed to be the father of the nation, not of a political party, goes mute. And so I'm saying it's the reason we want the voice of a Zambian to be heard, not to be,
stifled.
No.
Doc, you did allude to the fact that you're going to repeal, some of these, laws. Tell me, why have we experienced more contentious, governance issues, in this, government? Bill 7, for example, which is now Act 13 of 2025, very contentious. The whole entire amendment of the bill, of the Constitution, and the related pieces of legislature, very contentious. Over 70 bills brought to Parliament in a week. And all these presided by a woman who is supposed to be a mother, who is supposed to be unifying factor. How do you explain all this?
First, I would like to say that it's very sad that when I heard that we're going to have a female speaker, I danced and I celebrated. I said, because this has been my passion to have a female speaker, a female army commander, to see a female defense minister, to see a home affairs female minister, and also to see a female president in Zambia.
Right.
After such a long time of our independence. And to see a fellow woman behaving in the manner that the former speaker did was very sad. And being a lawyer was very sad, and also it brought a lot of questions to the kind of lawyers we have in our country, because they're supposed to lead. They're the ones, they're part of the custodian of, upholding our constitution. So to answer your question, the immediate past speaker has brought so much of pain, I would say, to womanhood, because she couldn't put her stake in the ground to say, I'm here and this is my area. The reason why she was allowing all those things, because she had compromised. She was not running parliament, but there was a hand behind running parliament. If you look at the way parliament had been for the past, I would say 4-5 years, it was like a beer hall, like what we call in Bemba, beer holo. There was no order. She wanted so much the decorum, but her behavior was contradicting that, and that led to the resistance from the other side, the left-hand side. You can tell that she didn't run parliament with her own wisdom. There was a wisdom behind everything she did. You could tell she knows nothing. Somebody was doing everything to dilute democracy of the nation using parliament. And I can assure you, the democracy got destroyed. And it's the reason I'm saying I'm coming to rebuild our nation.
Excellent.
Our democracy, I'm talking about dignity restoration. That's inclusive of democracy. So to see 70 plus bills going through in a week, I thought she would be ashamed of that as a lawyer. But she was enjoying it. You saw even Bill 7, which they failed up to date to produce the list of those who participated. Because by the order of National Assembly, the way, should I say, traditionally, the National Assembly is supposed to produce the list who voted for it or against. They failed. You know why? Most of members from UPND didn't vote.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the members of parliament's behavior, in terms of the way they voted on, Bill 7. A lot of opposition, members, voted, with, the ruling, party. I mean, it's an open secret that most of them, were induced, financially. Is this the kind of, credibility we expect from members of parliament who are representatives of the people? To add salt to the wound, most of them have defected. They've abandoned their people. But sadly, they still want to go back to the same people and contest in those, constituencies, albeit, on another ticket. How do you explain this? This is betrayal.
It's not even betrayal, it's being wicked and lack of understanding what politics is all about. These are not politicians, these are businessmen who think they can make money out of politics. They're not there to represent, the people. I must say this before I answer your question. if today the Zambian people say, please preside over our affairs, I'm going to reverse the salaries of members of parliament so that we discourage these kind of politicians like the ones who abandoned the voices of those who sent them to parliament. Once it becomes that there is voluntary service, they will never even step their feet there. And when they get to parliament, they hear your salaries have been changed. They've been reduced. You'll see, and will also even force them to go on to resign. Let's see who is going to resign, so that we have genuine members of parliament who walk there to represent the people of Zambia. I was privileged in 2017 to go under an exchange program which was arranged by the USA government, where I was in the USA for 6 weeks. That's 1 month and 2 weeks. And I was exposed to the governance system. I discovered that the senators or these MPs, the kind of money that they get is, and I said, this is a voluntary work they're doing. It's the reason we have rich people going to Capitol House to go and to go and represent people. I think even in Zambia, all these who are rushing, they will say, okay, the salary will go down. You'll only be given for fuel, depending on where you're coming from. You are there to represent people. And let's see if we'll see the kind of politicians that we saw during the time of the 13th session, which has just ended. I think that's the only way we'll have genuine members of parliament who cannot even be swayed by being paid some money to say, can you make sure that this kind of a bill goes through. So that behavior is a behavior of the shameless individuals.
Let's talk about the limitation. For the sake of time, really, I won't belabor myself on the process. But the introduction of extra members of parliament, the number has now risen to a whooping 226. The argument, is that is now well represented. The second argument is that it gives an opportunity in terms of proportional representation, for more seats to women, youths, and physically stretched. Is this justifiable?
Well, initially, when we were doing delimitation, we started the process in 2019. And I worked so tirelessly, and I was part and parcel of the then committee which was selected to look into that. But it had good intentions. Our colleagues, when they came, they had to change and add more. And of course, they are kind of a government which is always heaping blames on their predecessor. So the intention was that most of MPs, like I'll give an example of Chenge, it was just too vast for me to cover it all. So in order for the people of Chenge to have proper representation in parliament, we said, let's have it divided into two parts. But our colleagues, since for them, when they came, they took this to be an opportunity to add more seats so that they can have more members in parliament in their thinking where they thought they would be a stronghold. to have more members, so that if they have more members, they can come and also repeal the whole constitution. You heard Kavisha saying when they come back, if
he was actually seated there.
And I'm praying to God that you give me a chance to talk about this. Zambians should never, never make this mistake. You are endangering your constitution rights when they come and say they're going to repeal the constitution. One, they've removed the term limit for the councillor. They've removed the term limit for a mayor or a council chairperson. The MP has no term limit. So the next person to have a no term limit is the president. And that's where it's going. I'm begging every Zambian, don't give UPND a chance to come back. We might end up having a dictator. Please, our constitution is going to be mutilated in the manner that you will not even understand. Your rights will be taken away. And this is my cry. That's what I'm saying. I'm not running for the office, but to come unite the nation, heal the nation, because that repealing of the constitution is to make sure that there's no opposition in this country.
Yeah. Can that happen, Dr. Katuta, bearing in mind that other presidents have tried, to rep the constitution, so to say, and extend the terms of a presidency. Chiluba failed.
Then,
if, for example, why do you think this president would succeed?
He can succeed because of the speaker and the numbers of members of parliament who are ignorant, like the ones we had. Most of them were ignorant. And they thought the current government used the dangling carrot to a rabbit to say, if you let this bill go through, we are going to adopt you. And thank you for those who've been left out. Those who've been left out after voting for Bill 7.
For Bill 7.
I say thank you. And I'm appealing to the Zambians, don't ever respect such human beings because they're inhuman. They betrayed you. And for those who've been adopted on UPND tickets, don't ever vote for them. When they go there, it's all about for them to come back and use you so that they can get paid. It's not about you, it's about them. Now, to answer the question, the only difference with this one, he's a real dictator. One, he doesn't like to see the independence. The first Bill 7, which he presented, there was removing of independence. So most of those members of parliament who had been coaxed to support Bill 7, they realized that, suppose I'm not adopted, so I cannot come back as an independent. They protested, including some members of UPND. So when they protested, they said this thing, excuse me, will not allow it to go through. So what they did, they said, okay, remove it. You should be very careful and to listen to what this president says. What he says is already planned for it.
Right.
When he say he is using calculator, he uses calculator in everything. He's already planned for it. Okay, let them just say yes. Remove this part so that they can let this, we can have more seats, because he was looking at more seats. That's why he said if it was not for Bill 7, they would not have come back to power. So what he's going to do, he's used to intimidate his members. They are so scared of him. They look at him like they are God. And most of them have even said, you want to challenge him. You're not scared. I said, scared of what? I'm a Zambian. He's a Zambian. I've not done anything wrong. I've not breached the constitution. So though if you look at the members of parliament from UPND, they are so scared of their leader. And you don't need to have a leader that you be scared of. Because he's just a human being. Let me just answer.
Please go ahead.
So there's 98% chances of him changing the constitution and becoming a lifetime president. When we go to parliament in 2021, I remember one member of parliament, I can't mention her here, she came to me, don't you think we can only have development if we have a lifetime president like Rwanda? I said, not in this country. We're not Rwanda, we're not Uganda, we are not any country. We are Zambia.
That's basic. That's actually what I wanted to ask you. Is this population timid enough to accept what is imposed on it?
The Zambian people?
Yeah.
The Zambian people, they can try to resist, but don't forget, see how he's been doing appointments. The army, the defense, should I say, the defense, the police.
Security.
The security.
Yeah.
The way he has designed it, he has positioned himself, whereby if anyone tries to say anything, they come for you. So that is worrying because the institutions which are supposed to protect the Zambians are there now protecting an individual in the name of presidency. So no Zambian has now the right. That's what I was talking about, the voices of the Zambians to be heard again. No Zambian has the right even to question. Those who question, they're picked up. So it's not about being timid. Each and every person now is worried. Imagine as an individual or a group of you, you say, no, we are going to march. Who's going to give you permit? We've seen oppositions not being given even permit. But the UPND can just wake up and they walk, they're protesting or they're supporting the president or they're doing this. But no other person is allowed to do that in Zambia. It's the reason I'm begging every Zambian to say, please, tuapapata. Don't ever make this mistake. Whether you're from Southern Province, you're from Northern Province, you are from Eastern Province, as long as you are called Zambian, don't let this man come back. We are in trouble.
What has the recent developments in terms of compromised, governance done to the other arms of governance, like the legislature and the judiciary, and what are the repercussions, especially in future?
Well, the repercussions would be that we will not have strong institutions, and that's the way how democracy is killed in any nation, where you have institutions like the police are told who to arrest, the ACC are told who to go after. Others, when they're reported within a week, they're cleared, as long as they're within the government and they're associates of the president. Where you have DEC to go after the opponents of the current government, like the time all along for the past years, they've never called Munduvile, I would say for 5 years, because he's lifted his head, he wants to become a president. Now, DEC can call him and investigate him because somebody just made a pronouncement, a political statement, he's a thief. The repercussions are that we will not have the true meaning of what Zambia is supposed to be as a Christian nation. There will be so much of human rights violation. So for me, I've always said, when I become the president of Zambia, such positions for the judges and for police commissioners, or these, is it CEO for SEC or DEC, should be applied for by any credible Zambian. And the interviews will be conducted on national television.
Transparency.
So that Zambians will be able to tell, this is the right person to be our judge, this is the right person to be the Attorney General. Yeah. So like that will be strengthening our institution. Even the position of a speaker. Let them, go and also contest.
Right.
Campaign the whole country. And people say this one can be our speaker. Coming from a speaker should not come from any political party. It should be just an individual say, I think I can do this job.
Right. Let's talk about yourself in the last 10 minutes or so. You're standing as an independent. Why are you standing as an independent and not take your talent, for lack of a better way of putting it, to another political party? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages of running as an independent candidate? And what are your strategies?
I'll talk about the advantages. As long as the Constitution has provided for independent councillor, independent council chairperson or mayor, independent MP, it means there was a need to have an independent president. Whosoever crafted or drafted that law knew that Zambia needed to have such so that Zambians can have true independence and democracy. I'm pretty sure when that was being drafted, they understood that political party system has been a nuisance in our country. And it's the political party system, governance system, which has brought what we're talking about, moral decay in our country. Because when these political parties, they go to ask for money, where they get the money, they are given conditions which are sold, literally the rights of Zambians.
They're captured.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also because of the political party system governance system, you see that somebody can steal from our resources. They're being backed because that person was, instrumental in helping the particular president to go to, to get into power. So when they did that, they had at the back of their mind, if we have an independent president, it means this independent president will not be accountable to party members who have captured him or her, but this person will be captured by the Zambians, because whatever she or he would want to do, the first thing that will come to mind is the Zambians first. And no one is going to, tolerate their misconduct. So the advantage is that when you are an independent president, you'll be indeed a head of state. It doesn't matter who belongs to which political party. It doesn't matter which region. You'll be looking at each person as a Zambian, not as a political member. Yeah.
How do you influence legislation when you don't even have members of parliament?
No, they're there.
On.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah, I think that's very important to explain, Doc.
Yes. When I look at this Act 13, which just passed, though I don't know if it really passed, because there's so much of rumors that not everyone voted for it. So it's an illegal law as far as I'm concerned. But at the moment, we can refer to it. A president is supposed to get, I think, 11. He's going to nominate 11.
Yeah.
And then also from there, you, as a president, according to the Constitution, you're supposed to get ministers from the members of parliament, which I've always argued that we should be getting from outside. And we will get to it later. So the only way I'm going to influence, I'm the president. You mean those people, when they get there, they'll be fighting me? I'm the president.
You got the power. You got the instruments.
And what I'm going to tell them, if you are there to represent your political party, then you're in the wrong place. Remember, the first test we're going to put to these, if they're there to represent the Zambians, is to cut down their salaries. Then you realize, these They went there to look for a job,
Yeah.
not to represent the Zambians. A true and patriotic Zambian will go in there and will go and do what a member of parliament is meant to do. The reason why you're asking me that question is because of what we've seen happening in parliament. The political parties, what they've been, the way they've been behaving. And time has come in Zambia for that perception and the narrative just to change, so that every member who ran to parliament will understand I'm here to represent people. And if a law, it's a bill is taken to parliament, which is going to work against the Zambians, those they have the right to say this we can't. Look what's happening. According to the Zambian law, even the agreements, the international agreements that the government signs, supposed to pass through parliament, but it doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
So we need Zambians who say we are here to save our nation, not to save the president. So the influence will be there, because the first thing that we're going to do is to have a chat with all members of parliament.
Right. What kind of, because of time, I'm going to combine this question. One, what kind of campaign, are you going to conduct, and the resources? Although, we talked about the dangers, of
being captured.
You can also be captured as an independent, because of funding from other, from other sources. So the campaign strategy, the sources, the message. What message are you taking to the electorate, especially in terms of resuscitating or taking a different direction, economically and socially?
Let me start with the message. The message is very simple. Zambia needs to reunite. Zambia needs to get back its dignity. We've lost our dignity because we own nothing. All our minerals are in wrong hands, foreigners. Land is in hands of foreigners. Can an ordinary Zambian own a decent piece of land? No. Why is it so? Because we've let foreigners to get prime land, which has become so expensive for any Zambian, even a civil servant, to access. Two, we are saying that we want to create wealth for Zambians. How? Zambians should be able to be given a chance by the government itself to facilitate for funds that will help it's not every Zambian who can access that. For example, this television, we say, how can we make this grow to the level of maybe CNA? So our message is that, one, we want Zambians to own what is theirs, all the natural resources. Two, we are saying no foreigner should be able to own the land. The foreigners should be given the land on lease. Three, we are saying that when we talk of healthcare, we want the Zambians to access quality health care. How is going that to happen? The NIMA is going to be segmented, how you pay according to your income, so that the poorest person can also access what you can access as an elite person. The other thing we're saying, the education system in our country needs an overhauling. Why? We cannot be teaching our children only how to recite theory. We're saying just to be life skill orientation from grade 3 up to the tertiary. When we talk of the economy, we are saying we cannot have copper. I've seen SI 43, which has just been signed, of copper and copper concentrates leaving the country for free. That will never happen under my watch as long as I'm a Zambian and the head of state. I'm saying this, and I mean business, and I've been an advocate that copper should be auctioned or bought from Zambia, and the money should be banked in Zambia. Then we can let it go. Where they make the profits is none of our business. Any mineral that should be bought right here in Zambia. Payments should be done here in Zambia.
And it's not that it's not that it's never been done before. Doc, we had Memako here.
Yes.
Which was selling our copper.
Yes.
Why have we given everything away?
It's because that's where they got the money for all these years they've been in opposition. Now those people have come to demand. Can you imagine giving mining rights? You go on your own farm, you receive a call, a foreigner saying, I own rights there. No, Zambians, let's work together. We are going to get, if you own a farm, you are going to own even what is underneath that farm. We refuse foreigners to have mining rights. There's one I've heard that Bill Gates has got mining rights in Zambia, billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And look where the minerals are coming from, the poverty levels. The town is all dust. I mean, what kind of leadership do we have? Can't we have leadership which puts its stake in the ground and say, this is our land?
Cost of living?
The cost of living, for it to come down, Ambassador, we need first to deal with our economy. How do we improve our economy? And how do we also, diversify our economy? Yeah. We cannot just be talking about minerals. We're talking about agriculture. We have vast of land. Who should be encouraged? You have NRDs. NRDs should not be just a university or a college. It should work in hands with ZNS and the prisons. We go into real commercial farming where we'll have markets to the nearby countries like Malawi and DRC. We go into commercial farming. Students are being trained. At the same time, we are having farms. When you talk of the prisons, not hard labor of them carrying those heavy things I see. Have farms. In the USA, you've been there.
Yeah.
There are big farms. It's big business. Where you want to put the prisons, it should be farms.
Yeah.
In the midst there, then we have industries. So we start from there, and then we say, okay, from what we have and also our minerals, I'm sure our culture will be strengthened. Let me
ask you one quick question. We're running out of time. I was watching a clip before we came on air, of the sample survey, our staff have been doing. And one caught my eye where this person was saying, we really don't trust anybody. These politicians are all the same. In your campaign, how are you going to convince, people? How are you going to change that perception? Very quickly, we're running out of time.
I'll agree with them, and I'll tell them that now you're seeing a new thing. In the history of Zambia, we've always had men. Now, give a mother. A mother can be trusted. I'm not insulting men. Each time I've said men are liars, a lot have gotten angry.
I agree with you entirely.
And
I think we've failed.
Yes, men have failed us. If I fail as a woman, as a female president, I fail in this country, it means I'll lock doors for fellow women to come in the future. And I'm saying to the Zambians, give us a chance as mothers to show that we can lead and we can get back what is ours.
Are the women supporting you?
A lot of women this time, they're saying we want our own. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's the women who are leading. And they're saying, no, we've betrayed ourselves. I don't like to refer to other people. Sometimes others are even saying, if the late Vanawaki was here, they would have pushed her this time. They are tired because of the lies from Maine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of time, Doc, I'll ask you for your final message in 2 minutes. And in that, put in every, campaign message you'd like, the electorate to hear, and especially your strengths. You got 2 minutes.
Thank you. To all the Zambians, I want to say this. time has come for things to change. To have a mother who can bring together the nation, which has been divided by our male leaders. And I also want to urge you that it's about time that we face the so-called investors squarely in their eyes to give them our terms, not them giving us our terms. And we want to say that our education system is not going to be separated from development, because our education system has been a letdown. We want to be like other nations where our children will be taught in the language that they understand, which will relate with our culture. We want also to say that we are not going to go for vengeance. Vengeance, we've left it to God. And we're saying it's high time we respected former heads of state. Even the current president will take it that it was just a political error, and we'll give him all the support and all the respect as the former head of state. We have no time for vengeance. We want to forge ahead, and we want every voice to be heard. No voices will be discriminated. Time has come to rebuild our One Zambia, One Nation.
You are a lady of faith. How much has Jesus played in your part, and how do you intend to use this moral fiber, that you have to the advantage of this country?
Well, thank you so much. Already we are a Christian nation, and we are looking forward to come and constitutionalize the Christian. Yeah, so that will be a Christian nation, of course, tolerant towards other religions, because a Christian is not intolerant to others. So I'm saying Jesus has been my pillar. And the best example is that I went to Chengi when I didn't have anything, and I defeated the two major political parties twice, 2016 and 2021. It was all a prayer. And this Jesus is going to do it again for Zambia, for us to proudly and lift our chins when we're walking that we are a Christian nation. It has to be. We cannot claim to be a Christian nation and our behavior as national leaders is totally the opposite. It's a reason we want to say, even the churches which have been compromised, we want to say, please seek the face of God. We want the name of Jesus to be heard all the corners and to be an icon of true Christianity.
And we're going to close on that, Jesus. When we leave this in a studio and you meet Jesus outside, what kind of conversation would you discuss with Jesus?
The conversation I would have with him is that please have mercy on Zambia.
Wow.
And change the hearts of all the leaders, and that they should know that it's not about money, but it's about the people of Zambia.
Finally, you're a great mom. You're a great parent. I met your daughter, yesterday, a loving person, with her Canadian, husband. They'll be going, back to Canada, today. And I actually share a birthday, with your daughter, 16th of June. She's also a media person. What a coincidence, What is this about her and your family, very quickly? And how important your family is?
Okay, I can only say that my daughter has been such a wonderful person. There's a time we lived in South Africa when I was a single mother. She helped me so much.
Yeah.
I used to be temperamental. And she would tell me, Mom, you cannot be a leader. And she would talk about leadership when I didn't look at myself like a person would be a leader. All that I can say is that my daughter has this thing of being a pillar to me in terms of guiding me of what I should do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Most appreciated. And we wish you all the best, on the campaign, in a trail. It's hard, but I'm sure you're up to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My guest on the program, Dr. Given Katuta MWELWA, who is standing as an independent in the forthcoming elections. This has been Simply Frank. On behalf of my guest, I'm Frank. Good night.